area, the Reverend Moon is not there first.
또 세일러 자주를 세계적
Sailor, those machinery.
얻는다만.
So these German people cannot ignore that. They cannot help but recognize that. So they change what is the Reverend Moon that is trying to do in Germany.
그
This is the beginning.
세계적 발판을 가진 그 사업가들이 먼저 만다. 그래 그 사람들이 의료가 하나라고. 그게 필요한 거야. 예?
And not so much of the ideals and things, but the business people who think about these things all the time. What they need, really need is the bridging over the continent and over the culture and foundation in different parts of the world, which they don't have, they cannot have, but they see Reverend Moon has and they know why he has.
그들 큰 대재벌들이 우리가 연락들을 기대는 거지.
So this conglomerates the man of big capital, business people know the meaning of Reverend Moon, or the advantage of Reverend Moon, and inside the world.
일본 독일에서 한번 싸워서 딱 클리어 본 말이야. 그다음 너 상대야 싸우려 하잖아.
You know how German people are. You have the general sense of how German people are picky, in every sense of the word. And when we win over the German people, which, as you saw through Dr. Kim's report, they no longer find any legitimate reason to go against Reverend Moon. It's a fair and square competition. And after that, they will learn from Reverend Moon and the spirit and all, rather than they will be harmed by that. So.
정치적 분야에서 미국이 지금 내버리고 싸우고 있는데 미국이 또 후퇴하는 나라는 다 그런 거야.
And the political way here in America, Father is fighting a scale war, and all men of conscience know that it is against Constitution, against the spirit of anything, any worthwhile good things, which America is taking. It's simple persecution. They know.
어디 가는데 전부 다 선한 프로그램을
When America retreats, that's no one will ever challenge after that. Father knows in political field anyway. So. This is what Father says. First, let them speak ill of us. But then once this proven to be wrong that they persecute us, then we'll be resurrected. This is a age-old basic strategy of God.
문제를 일으켜가지고 수습하면 다 끝나는 거야.
And this is why Father is saying to America, make noise. That's exactly what Father said in Germany, in Hanover, the exhibition. Make noise. Don't be quiet. Make noise, and once the situation is stirred up, anything will come up, but later what's true will remain.
자, 그래서 이제 세일러가 가는 곳은 가면 어느 나라가들도 반대한다. 그게 반대야. 통일사반도 다 먹기로 했으니까 그때가 환영하게 되는 거야. 그다음에 거기 지방 사람들 돈인 줄 알고 와서 붙어가지고 그 나라의 중요한 업적으로 환영할 수 있는 기반이 얼마나 생각해. 이것이 비즈니스 전략에서 제일 멋진 전략을 하려고.
Once we penetrate the barrier in Germany, no other country will ever raise any questions towards a sailor's identity and activity. Certainly not America, because it has gone through survived German test. And this is what...
남미, 아프리카 어딘지.
No matter where, after that Germany, you go South America, North America, anywhere, as far as that is a technical machinery matter is concerned, they will raise no second question.
일본 같은 경우도 우리 세일러 하는데 일본 공업계가 그 독일에서 싸우고 보고 있는데 그다 끝나면 다 끝나는 거야.
The Japanese, for instance, are very much aware of what kind of war Reverend Moon is fighting in Germany. They are very much interested in. They try to read it, they try to get the information, and once they see how is it going, after that the Japanese people will have utmost respect
to machinery people.
Machinery people, community will have an unconditional respect to Father, because Japan know how difficult it is.
무슨 말 달렸어?
Do you understand what Father is trying to depict?
그 너들이 앞으로 주에서 무슨 제일 유명한 사람 주에가 선한 입자 싸우래. 문제를 일으켜가지고 그 주가 와르크다가 이게 저러니 야들었다 그걸 다 암만 반대도 그 전부 다 그걸 추방하지 못하고 완전히 그게 어렵다 그러면 너들은 그 주의 제1인자가 될 거야 돼.
This is what Father has been urging towards us, that no matter how many people does not believe in us or cannot believe in anything like what we do, that doesn't matter. Just go ahead, stir the emotion, the situations up, make noise, and let them treat us any way they want. But once they find out what we say and what we urge is truly pithy, meaningful, without this America cannot be of help. Anything will be helpful towards America. Then these people will come to recognize us.
일본에서 우리가 경제 활동도 그렇게 사회 문제를 일으킨 거야. 한두 지금 뭐도 미국 세계야 저렇다. 이제 그걸 다 끝나는 거야.
In Japan, the same strategy applied. Fundraising in much the way you know, this flower vase which sells 100 times the cost. There's some very vulnerable targets for the adverse publicity, but still they have to recognize that what they stand for and what the transaction is really illegal about. Once we get over that test, then in nowhere except outside of Japan, everywhere else in the world, we will never have to go through that test again. Sure enough, Japanese now government recognize our way of fundraising, justify in that Unification Church is doing worthwhile thing towards Japan, so they won't bother.
여기서는 세뇌 공작 한다고 암만 그랬다 그 세뇌가지고 우리 통일교의 그런 운동을 정치보다 여기 계속적으로 길간다 이렇게 되면 인정하게 되면 끝나는 거야.
Of course, they will say brainwashing and so terrible things which we have a fear that we might be blown off overnight. That kind of a strong opposition, the evil end of the world come against us. That we do the fundraising, and we do a lot of things they don't understand. The things like that, we even make ourselves shaken. But when that is over, and they have not anymore to accuse us, then on the other side, they find a lot of advantage of what Moon is doing towards America. Then they give up.
선생님이 지금 미국 정부를 쓰여지고 미국 사회를 쓰여지고 이제는 미국 교회를 쓰자 이게 초기파운 거예요.
So what Father has been doing, Father has been shaking this industrial world, shaking this political world.
미국에 와서 말이야.
After
Father came to America. I am challenged the government. That is fighting. Challenge social war, social. That is work, that kind of working that selling for every problem, making that social war. Why? Now at the last one, now is making trouble. Church, many kind of church.
This time the third, first the society, second the government, and the third we are poking. We are downright poking the churches. We won't let them alone, complacent.
그게 뭐냐면 초계파운다.
And that's the super denominational, the activity we are doing now.
So the father is troublemaker.
So in a way, those people don't want any problem, but we create problem. So that's one of the reasons why they hate us.
그렇지만 they did not stop to rebel movement.
But they couldn't stop Reverend Moon's movement.
그들은 그 나라 일등이 되려고.
And the Reverend Moon has a good reason to start all these. Then, after that point, nobody will ever bother us.
독일 가서도 그게가 빵! 트러블을 일으키는 거야.
German machine industry will be a goner anyway. They know that and we know it. But Father making trouble, still they didn't like that. Now they begin to understand, there is a escape way for German industry to reign even in the future. They see that.
그것이 나를 위하는 거예요. 나라를 위하고 세계를 위하고.
And everything we Moonies do, we never do it for ourselves. There's not a darn thing we do it ourselves. And so is the Reverend Moon. It doesn't. If Reverend Moon does it to benefit himself, the cost is too much more than his gain. No fool will do it. They know it now.
세계를 위하고 인류를 위하게 될 때는 그 트러블에도 그건 반드시 세계가 남고 인류가 남아있게 되건 환영하지만 그것은 선한 것으로 선한 싸움이야.
It's a downright righteousness. That's all. And no matter how fierce a fight you fight for the righteous sake, of course it cannot go down.
그래서 무슨 말인지 아무리 트러블이 되더라도 그것이 현세의 그 트러블을 메이킹하는 것이 국가적 차원으로 세계를 위한 트러블이라면 미국은 세계를 위한 트러블을 받아들여야 돼. 그게 원칙이야.
If no matter how troublesome it is, the person even who is not even American come here and make problems and trouble, but if that trouble will eventually help and prove that it helps to get over the national problem and for the solution of the world problem, country should appreciate that. It downright must appreciate. We have to have that confidence.
보다 선한 그런 내용을 주문 삼고 트러블을 메이킹하더라도 그 현장보다는 더 미래의 것으로 남아질 것이기 때문에 환영해야 된다.
The simple conclusion that no matter how troublesome it may be, so long as that trouble is made for the sake of better goodness, more of a goodness, then when that trouble is solved,
about bigness, bigness.
the more bigness of the goodness, then eventually every element will come to appreciate that. And which remains as a piety, the real meaningful achievements.
자, 우리가 서울서 안 돼.
Do you understand?
그런 의미에서
It will remain as achievement.
남이 하지 않는 노력을 해서 사회 앞으로 미래에 필요한 것을 가지고는 현재 사회의 트러블을 일으켜라.
Everything is evil, and you don't want to bother me, and so I won't bother you. So let's leave each ourselves alone. That's
자,
unrighteous.
또 뭐라고? 너는 합정결에서 얼마나 그 트러블이야?
Like the mass wedding, how troublesome was it in sociological sense, so to speak?
가정이 만들고 사회 만들고 나라고 세계 다 만들었지만은 이것이 레브레문 개인을 위하고 레브레문 통일교를 위하고 세계를 위한 미래의 유토피아 세계를 건설하고 미래의 인종차별 없애고 미래의 국경을 없애기 위해서는 이거다 만드는 거 아니될 때
Nobody wanted it. Perhaps not the individual was so crazy about that, nor their family ever understood the kind of a marriage we've been having, the process of it, arrangement of it. And not the society, certainly. The government wasn't really up to it. Nobody. But what we did was we solved, or began to solve, and show them beautifully that how the future inevitable problem of mankind, inevitable problem of America, let's say, or racial problems, historical one.
boundary problem.
Boundary problems, national problems, religious problems, language problems, all this, they must solve the problems. The Reverend Moon has not only raised the question, but show them the solution.
협동결혼이 그 모든 boundary problem, national problem, language problem, 뭐인가, racial problem, every problem. Taking,
Resolved. They had a solution. They were stirred up in the beginning, but when they settled down, they found themselves to be much better than before.
그렇게 생각 안 해?
Don't you feel that? If you feel that, government should also feel that. America in general should feel.
Most wedding is mass wedding. Mass.
We did that at the cost of our trouble. So they say, oh, mass wedding, the most, the wonderful, fantastic
mass
wedding.
wedding, ancestor. Who is ancestor of mass wedding? That is, of course, Reverend.
Who is a pioneer? Of course, it's you.
It's true. Did you not clear that kind of point? Huh?
Do you know the clearly point what Father is pointing out?
You have to think about it. I went everywhere. I will make it good trouble.
So everywhere Father went, ever since Father descended down on earth, Father started the trouble stirred up in a good sense and positive sense. Because this world needed reform.
That kind of trouble is good trouble.
That kind of trouble is good. The more there is a trouble, the better off the world will be.
Yeah, do you follow me clearly?
What more can you?
What? Yes. Father, that kind of man. You are father's children. Automatically, you are following that kind of way.
It's a simple syllogism, isn't it?
That natural way. How about that?
Yes.
Troublemaker. I think you are many good troublemaker everywhere. That's good answer. 자, 할까요, 이렇게?
So, are we continue to do a better job or not do a job
그러니까
of troublemaking?
이 문의들은 저 색다른 사람들이야. 어디가 든지 문제야, 문제. 그 문제인데 망하는 문제가 아니라 끝나는 문제가.
They're always different from other people, you know, Moonies.
기동대 뭐야, 기동대.
What about IOWC in this country?
기동대. 아, 이것이 Japanese people, Korean leader, What is Japanese leader, Korean leader in America? They are troublemaking.
Yes. IOWC.
Now is a troublemaker, and like troublemaker. But in the future, most important position. You have to know that at that point. In the future, human people in the future need that kind of position. You are making make that kind of choice in the future. How precious, how important. 저 뭔가 아카데미 왔구나. 우리 무슨 책? 조금 만났어요.
저기 Academy. Richard Wojcik.
뭐지?
The
You carry on.
Academy here.
Huh? You have to fight. Chief of the mobile team. Do you understand clearly? No. I here. What?
Yes, Father.
Yes or no?
Yes, Father.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, there's trouble. Now you're making trouble making for you. Moving out. Trouble in the future is good. Same thing. You too. Today is good trouble, but in the future, good for you. 무슨 말이겠어?
Do you follow?
그래서 오늘 그런 생각. 선생님이 일생부터 그런 노릇을 하기 때문에 이 미국 고준 거지. 내가 한국의 트러블 다 해놓고 Father has that kind of characteristic. So that father made many trouble in Korea, all the country. So that 끝이 났다 이거.
Yeah, so there was no more trouble to make in Korea. And the source of trouble was America, so father came to closer to the source.
미국 땅에 트러블 메이킹 없으니 그 남미를 가고 말이야. 그다음에 소비에트 모스크바가 밖에 갈 게 있어? 그 모스크바 부터 가자 이야.
Once the trouble in America is resolved, then the remaining trouble is in Moscow.
That's true.
So we'll go poke them up.
그래서 That's true. 그래 빨리 발전하는.
So how fast does history will progress? You know that.
그러면
Without that, it will take
몇만 걸리야.
tens of thousands of years.
딱딱 도스피라면 몇만 년 걸다. 딱딱 도스피라면 몇만 년 걸어도 이거 창간 먹고 못한다.
Yeah. If we did it in Dr. Durst's way, it will take tens of thousands of years in eternity. Still not enough will have been done.
자, 이 길이 제일 선생님이 얼마나 모르겠죠? 선생님 has good brain. So that father is smart man.
Yes.
How much thinking about how can making progression of indemnity providence.
Father is an expert in indemnity.
This is I find that this is most good way. Why? Make it short time. Accomplishment short time. You need that short time. You need a long time. Short time.
We want to do it in the shortest time.
So the father is historically smart. Providentially smart.
Smartest being ever.
그렇게 생각하는 거야. 너도 그런 생각을 안 해서 이 전통을 이어가더라.
So we all must inherit that very tradition, not any other tradition, but that tradition.
요즘 말이야 트러블이 뭐냐면 이건 자꾸 너는 열심히 공부하는 거 아주 새벽에 일찍 가고 문 찌르고 그저 들어가고 말이야 늦게 나오고 트러블 끄더라.
So now the fashion in America is go as late as possible in the workplace or school, get out there as fast as possible. At the gong, at the 5 o'clock, 4:30 siren. This is a fashion of the factory. Now we are on the other way around. We will get there earlier, the earliest anybody else, and quit the workplace the latest anybody else. And company certainly will need us, that kind of person.
그 반대가 그 시대에서 선한 트러블을 가져다고.
And then everybody also is stirred up. Because of that, the troublemaker, they all will be, the trouble too. But
무슨 말이지? 그게. 너는 그 털때 너 잠자려고 하는데 잠자지 말고 6시간 자라. 더 자지 마. 놀고 싶은데 안 놀린다 그 트러블이야.
So there's such a thing average, but father ignores that. Take Americans for example. We need a 6 hours sleep at least, and we want to play once in a while. But father denies all these. So that's a troublemaking, in other words. You are much troubled because of that.
미국 사람들은 말이야, American people think about this like summertime. Everybody has taking that vacation. 그런다. That kind of thing. We don't take vacation. That's trouble. New trouble. 그 트러블을 그거 갈아야 된다고?
Yes, that's the trouble. What we're talking about. The trouble is.
그 10년 전에 야 문희가 트러블 저렇게 베케이션 한 거는 이야 뭐 이렇게 되는 거야.
But in no time at all, our not going to vacation will be a
자 이놈의 자식들
welcome tradition.
의자 앉길 줄 알았는데 앉아라 이게 됐어 트러블.
And all Americans want to sit in a chair. You know, that's most comfortable. But Father denied that. Made you sit on the floor, and that's troubling.
자 그래서 지금 어디래? 이제는 서양에 어디 가나 양반집에 어디나 인사도 없대서 꿇어앉아서 그거 서양 사람 참 멋지다 서양 사람 낫다 칭찬받게 만들어놨다 이게.
Now you have become so accustomed to it. When you go to average Oriental family and then sit down like this hour after hour, they will truly respect you. That's a well-groomed Westerner. We have never seen anything like this, truly. And they will deeply impress them. This is not a laughing matter.
지금 와서는 이게 다 필요한 거였구나. 과거에 반대하던 우리가 틀렸구나 그런 거 안다고.
But idea never occurred to us 5-6 years ago. Now we begin to feel that this may be true. But this is true. And 5-6 years ago, why is Father making do this? You know, he doesn't understand America. Something like that we always said. But now, Father understanding America, he's doing this to us.
내가 얼마나 트러블메이커인지 생각해보라고.
Think how much troublemaker Father is in this sense of the word. He left no stone unturned. Is that right?
그렇지만
No bad habit unturned.
그렇지만 미국의 장래 희망적인 미국 되기 위해서는 레브론 문이 그 트러블 메이킹 그 분야가 절대 필요하다.
But to America to look up at some hope, this stirring up initially is a must. It's a very, very highly praised achievement to making Americans, their butt move and have a different goal than they have ever imagined. This in itself a great achievement.
그 맞아.
Beginning is a half already. Isn't that true?
그게 좋은 거야 나쁜 거야?
Isn't that something desirable for the future?
그렇다고 그 너를 트러블 메이커 하는 거야.
So it's exactly the same thing we
장래를 위해서는 트러블 메이커 하는 나라는 그 역사적인 인물들을 위해서 애국자 이름이 올라간다고.
For the sake of the future, if we stir up and make trouble, and when that is resolved, as time goes by, he will remain. His achievements will remain.
이번에 한대 700만 명. 이게 얼마나 트러블 메이커야. 아이고 나라를 전부 다 국민을 내버려놓는 포켓에 전부 다 집어넣으면 아이고 뭐 무슨 민정당 나 싫어 뭐 전대 싫고 말아봐라 하는 거야.
In Korea, you can easily imagine. Korea here, especially in Korea, the situation like a Korea. The Korea's political party is trying very hard to win the heart of the people. And they know no political party can ever win the heart of the people. We know that. They know that too. But now Father go there and have that smashing demonstration. Then Father proclaims 7 million the VOC member. Immediately, the first thing government is they're becoming more powerful than we. That's the first thing they think about. And Father said, I couldn't care less. What must be done, must be done.
전 세계를 위해서, 미래의 한국을 위해서 한다.
To defend communism, this is the only way. We do that for the sake of the world, for the humanity, for God. We're not ashamed. We know this is a vocation.
그래서 무슨 말인데?
Do you understand? So Father did it and make a 7 million membership now.
우리 토니 무리들은 어디 가든지 선한 좋은 트러블을 메이커예요. 그건 너희들이 다 안다고 척가면 말이야. 안다.
So by the time you have knack of that and become a habit, habit of your life, then anywhere you go, the spiritual they assess you.
자,
he's a fighter and he's a winner. They know that.
내가 독일 가가지고 그게 트러블 메이커한 것을 잘했으면 됐어. 그래.
So let Father ask you a question after Dr. Kim's report. Like Father did, like Dr. Kim said Father did. reported father that, go to walk into the otherwise peaceful Germany and stir up the machine industry like a Hanover mess. Did father do well, or he shouldn't have done that, in your opinion?
왜 그런 거야? 독일 노조적으로 독일 기술 빼앗길까봐 독일 사람들이 저 전부 다 시장 빼앗길까봐 무슨 그런지 독일 세계를 위해서 하는 것이야 자기 나라를 위해서.
The only reason German people oppose us is because of the fear that the Muni one day may take over them. And it's not our intention. Our intention is to let German technology prosper for the sake of the world in the right spirit. That's all we want.
세계를 위해서 너들 너 나라를 위해서 답답했어요.
And they can't do it by themselves.
세계 모든 사람은 내
No such a teacher.
장래 싸움은 이게 말이야.
So that's a inevitable the solution, the question raised and the solution that has to be sought out. Now father is telling them how to solve it. So it suits them fine. They begin to see it.
그러면서 만들겠어?
You see, future they have to come to that problem anyway.
대단하게 싸우는 거야.
So with that conviction, what is there that we have to be hesitant? Nothing except our own ignorance. What we do utmost confidence, utmost goodness.
내가 기술을 갖거든 미국, 일본, 독일, 프랑스, 이태리, 영국이 기술 제지 않는 그 나라 찾아가지고 기술을 놀아주고 갔다. One time I making the technology power. Many cultural country didn't divide all of
They divided this all the know-hows and technologies among the nations.
Yeah.
There are some nation which is behind them. Father will distribute that the same standard of knowledge to that country too, like Italy.
Most advanced,
some other countries.
Most advanced country doesn't share the technology all over the world.
They become selfish. They want to keep it to themselves.
Take it in my head. I will separate all of the country.
Once father will get that in his hand, what would father do? Father will distribute it back to where they didn't have that, and they deserve it.
So the father is they are undeveloped country waiting for me.
So undeveloped country,
I will go there. Everything preparation.
Really waiting father as a hope, because there's no chance that justice being done among the so-called advanced nations.
일로 앞에 대담하고 하나님 앞에 달려가다.
This is what God desires, and this is what the human intelligence all agree. We should do it. Somebody has to do it. So we are not doing something which is against principle. In any one sense.
다 받아가지고 말이야. 자기 정상 생각하는 게 이게 안 되겠다.
Like German people, it's not secret. German industry has built that apex of the technology. All the machinery, the German machinery, most refined, and that's the best quality. But they want to keep it to themselves. They don't want to share it with other people. And because of that, the growing countries, growing more in number and more in quality, soon will detest German, and the German has no way to defend themselves. Don't you see that? But if Germany will quickly change and listen to father's advice and does it generously, godly heart, Germany will be welcome for the rest of this.
인류의 공업권을 위해서 인류의 공업권에서 싸우는 거야. 선대에서.
So father's goal and purpose of fighting for the justice of the industry is for the sake of the world, world industry, not the local industry.
Now fighting is now situation is standing the champion of the world technology world.
And the father is standing as the top of the technological world.
그래서 챔피언을 생각하는데
champion. Father regards himself as a champion.
Champion. So that father think about I have to make the championship spirit in this fight.
So father knows that the father has to foster this championship spirit in the industry.
미국을 위해서 혼자 아시아의 조그만 동양사는 미국 정부 싸우는 파이팅 스피릿으로 후대보여.
And that's exactly how father decided to fight against the American government, even though small individual father, but in the rightful thinking, he's not small, he's giant.
작지만은 레벨문이 얼마나 파워풀한 것을 지금 잘 알아.
And now everybody attests to that. Everybody will prove that, because everybody is supporting Reverend Moon, what you're doing is right.
Not everybody, government people now knowing that how much powerful power have
Now the government people
Reverend Moon,
realize
how much powerful authority. They now
how much is the Reverend Moon's authority is. They're now finding out. They thought there was just a small and when they blow, it will blow, but it isn't.
무슨 말이겠어?
And we know why. And you understand that.
그런 싸움이 필요한 거야.
If Father didn't stir up, nothing like this will ever come about.
그 선생님 멋지다고 생각해, 깨끗하다고 생각해봐라.
So, in your opinion, do you think the Father is really, really kind of heroic, stylish? How about you call that? It's something fantastic, something tantalizingly fantastic.
어때?
Not yellow, not chicken, or not anything of that nature. There's nothing like that in Father at all. That's one thing Father isn't.
That kind of spirit is heroic.
That's something that every mankind wants is Father's
God's characteristic.
and that's God's characteristics.
How about this? Like Reverend Moon.
How about you?
내가 하는 일 다 그런 일 했기 때문에 이 한국에서도 말이야 내가 기계공장 한다고 할 때 이거 정조저 트러블 메이킹이라고 성공 이제는 다 내가 하는 게 전부 다 그렇다.
In the beginning,
다 전부 다 지지했나? 지금 와서는 훌륭한 일 했고 아이고 종교통일 뭐 어떻게 해서 가스 불어서 다 아이고 이게 좀 트러블 메이킹이야. 이제 와서는 전부 다 admire. Yeah, Reverend making admiring thing everyone.
in the beginning, when Father started machine industry, you heard every comment they made. They said, "Oh, why would the religious leader will make a machine?" Industrialist, businessman. They gave all sort of name at their will to Father.
You think about the unification movement. Now we are taking the half business way.
The unification movement.
Reverend Moon is Korean evangelist and industrialist and businessman.
That's what they called what they labeled Father when Father started this.
그게 troublemaker가 troublemaker.
In America.
그게 troublemaker야.
He's a troublemaker.
Now every religious people knew, Reverend Moon, making good standard. We need, how can making this like tradition? How about teach us?
That's what they're saying now. They simply say fantastic. Some knowing people say.
잘했어, 못했어?
What is your opinion? Did Father do well stirring up and making trouble in America 10 years ago?
Yes. 10년 전에는 다 이렇게 하던 것이
Only 10 years ago.
전부 다 이러던 것이 전부가 이렇게.
Only 10 years ago, when the Father started science conference, only 3 people came. And even that they criticized because Father spoke. But now, 10 years, everybody think this is a must. The Father must speak too.
학교에 트러블메이커 했다 이제는
10 years is a relatively short period of time, and Father
자,
can't.
그래서 그 트러블메이커인데 그 트러블이라는 말은 어떻게 how can make it 그 트러블이라는 말은 너 자신의 마음에 물으면 다 알아. 가르칠 필요 없어. 다 안다고. 저기 서서방도 왔구만.
So you might say, "Oh Father, how can I make a good trouble?" Don't ask
그걸
Father.
가르칠 필요 없다고.
Ask to yourself in a clear conscience. The conscience will give you immediate answer.
거래가 되면 여기 거리 쭉 뻗어 이게 안 되겠다 이게 안 되겠다 하는 걸 하는 문제는 그렇게 하는 거야.
Well, let Father tell us how Father finds this good trouble. His Father walks on the street, and immediately Father noticed something. Oh, this shouldn't be the way. This shouldn't be it. This shouldn't be it. Like a gross injustice.
자, 그거 너 그거 환영이야, 환영 아니야?
Then Father does it. Do you welcome the same similar way of life in you?
Huh?
You go around to see that's not right, and then you
Yes or no?
take action. Do you or don't you want to do that?
Yes.
Do you like that kind of troublemaking?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
That is remaining in the future history.
Because that's the only thing that will remain in the future, in the history. Everything else will pass away.
You think about it.
But that's the only thing that remains.
Now you clearly.
Now you know clearly, don't
Do
you?
you like the troublemaker? Yes. Why? I want to be famous one in history. I want to be what? Famous one in American history. Or German history. Or Japanese history. Do you think about it? Now Japanese government making the troublemaking is Japanese money movement.
In Japan, the biggest headache in America, in Japanese government is our activity.
일본 사람들 다 전부 다 미국 들에 환들의 증시고 미국 전부 세계로 환들 자꾸 끌어내가네. 아이고 여자를 겪고 여자만 아는 게 아이고 이거 세계적인 이민 갈 수 있는 길이 세계 좋은 이야 신난다 이러고 있다.
But the worst is over. Japanese government now begin to see even their selfish the implication what this means to Japan. The Japanese people are advancing to all different parts of the world. The Japanese government feel good about that. So they don't know. For that reason, they won't oppose us anymore.
Yeah, now the problem is Japan problem is population. How can spread out all over the world? Now Europe is making the immigration automatically.
It's a small country, It's very crowded.
So you know?
Welcome.
So that many high option people say, yeah, this is good, so that development dedicated in Japan in history. Most dedicated man in Japanese history.
Yeah. Everybody moved in different reasons. So they respect Reverend Moon for that.
That's true.
It's okay. They have a reason to respect Reverend Moon.
마찬가지야. 미국도 마찬가지야. 미국도. 너희들이 지금 트러블 메이커야.
아메리카.
Moon is trouble making all of the country. 와. But is famous. becoming famous one in the future in America history. I knew clearly. 그 틀린 것 같아, 맞는 것 같아.
Everything Father says, do you think what Father says is well justified, right to say? There's no wrong, there's no inconsistency.
라이팅에 대해서 명령하는데 할 거야 안 하는 것은 그 나쁜 자식이에요.
If you say yes, what Father says and does is right, still somehow you don't do it, you can't do it. Who is to blame? It's us. We have to deny ourselves. Isn't that right?
너들 고생시켜가지고 미국을 구해가지고 미국 좋은 미국 만들러 하지 나쁜 미국을 안 한다고요.
Besides, Father is never making us troubled to make worse of us. Only reason Father does is to become better of us and better of the country. What more can we expect?
미국에서 우리 무원이들은 이제 저 미국이 조금만 지나가달란 말이야. 이건 다 환영하니까 이거 할 게 있어야지. 할 게 있어야지. 그다음 뭘 거야? 아 무원이는 낮에 자고 밤에 일해야 되겠다.
Very soon, when we start up everything, make all kinds of problem, and there's no more problem to create.
Every American people welcome to moon everywhere at night, day and night. At that time, how can make a good problem? There's no there.
Make further problem.
I think about at that time we are working at the night, sleeping at the day.
That's one of the last problems Father will create in this country. Moonies will work in the night and sleep in the daytime. Something different from what they've been doing.
아이고, troublemaker. We doesn't take sleep.
Then they will say, oh, he even makes trouble with our sleep. We can't sleep. I can't sleep in the daytime.
그럼 너들도 This is Korean. This is Korean. 또 그러니까.
Is that what you're going to say? Oh, Father, that's Oriental way. Are you going to say that? No.
그렇게 봐서 그런 생각을 하는 거야. 그렇게 되면 반대하지만 한 10년만 지내봐라. 모든 산업들은 내 손에 들어올 것이고 미국의 좋은 빌딩은 내 손에 들어오다 버려요.
What is there to gain in part of the Father? all the diligence, and we will win over all the businesses, production, whatever you have. We will build that.
그러면 큰 회사고 말이야. 근데 자동차 공장은 자동차 회사에서는 밥은 내가 빌리자 해가지고 나 안 세우고 써먹을 수 있습니다. 이렇게 생각하는 거야. 그래서 공장들 말이야. 뭐를 공장 세우노? 낮에 이런 사람 많은데 밤에 쉬는데 밤은 우리가 빌리자 이렇게 생각하는 거야. 그래서 만들어서 얼마나 편리하고 얼마나 간단하단 말이야 이게 이 자식들아.
You see, country level, there's more and more factory to be established. Why build more factory? Why not save the cost and trouble of the making the factory and let the extra people the work in the night? Why not? Who says this wouldn't work? Stands to reason. So half the part of the people work in the night, half work in the daytime.
밤에 자는 쉬는 공장은 밤에 무리 공장이 된다 어때?
You say those factory which is not working the night, Mooney will go in and work in the night. It will be half Mooney factory.
Why not? 그러면 어떻게 되겠나? 우리 세계에 자버리잖아 세계.
And this way, America will become stronger than any other country.
The
Mooney will become
more stronger than all of the country, any organization.
the Mooney will become the stronger.
I think so. I think 이게 될것 그렇다고 이제부터는 그런 거 아니야.
This program doesn't start tomorrow or now. Don't worry.
선생님이 그렇게 하거든. 나도 그렇게 하라 그래.
When Father starts doing this, and if you wish, you can follow Father's wake. That's what Father's saying.
선생님이 밤에 여기서 너를 다 보는 이게 한국 지도자 전부 선생님이 어서 올라가서 이거 밤 12시까지 피곤하십니다. 선생님 나이 많다고 핑계 올라가지만 그때부터 선생님 올라가서 일한다고. 그 준비를 하고 있는 거야.
Father's saying, all the Korean members here, staff members, by midnight, 1 o'clock, and saying, "Oh, Father, you must be tired. Please go up." But actually, Father goes up and starts the night project.
왜? 너희들 앞에 밤에 이것을 시킬래 내가 먼저 가야지.
Because Father has to try first and establish tradition.
automatically following the children. 어떻게
So the children will follow automatically in Father's tradition.
자, 그러면 문인 굶어 죽는 사람, 굶어 죽는 사람, 많은 사람, 못 사는 사람.
There will be no needy Mooney in the future, no starving Mooney ever in the future. They always
그거 환영해?
have more than they want.
어?
Do you welcome this?
그 트러블 메이커. 웰컴 하느냐 말이야.
Do you welcome that good troublemaker? In other words,
Yes.
unless you welcome that, we cannot
그
become
맛이
one.
어떠는가, 맛이 어떠는가 체험하면 선생님을 잘 알지.
And how good tasting it is, then we begin to understand Father.
그 사탄 세계는 너희나 사탄 세계에서는 하나님은 그 트러블 메이커라는 걸 해야지. most biggest 그 트러블 메이커가 뭐냐면 하나님은 God is most biggest trouble good maker in Satan's world. Do you know?
Do you know who is the biggest troublemaker, which is hated? God. In the satanic world, God is most hated one.
확실하지?
It's clear enough, isn't it?
그 우리 이제 수잔 어디래? 수잔.
So how do you feel?
그래서 남편은 신학교 가 있고 나는 딴 데 가고 말이야. 한 방에서 안 자고 하나 나무로 가고 부르 그 트러블 메이커야.
So this is what you're doing. Husband is attending at the Berrytown Seminary, the best student at that, by the way.
나는 기뻐하다.
And here the wife is.
너 이세라고 끝빠요. 차 타고 말이야.
Wife couldn't care less about that. Wife will go around IOWC and evangelizing and reviving the Christian churches. That's a, the people die. Why should a family be like that? That's a troublemaking.
That's true. That's true. 어머니 아버지 아들 데리고 살을 텐데 아이고 고아원에 집을 아이고 트러블 메이커. For children.
And for children, our members traditionally sent their children to the orphanage or the nursery. And the people outside the world will look at that and why should a family live like that?
Why Reverend should do that kind of way? That is your most fearful troublemaker for our family.
The only way they can explain is, understand is, maybe Reverend Moon is exploiting them. That's what they're saying.
That's true now. That's true now. But in the future.
Now it may be true, in a way, but for the future, certainly this will not be
different
true.
from in this situation. In the future, different from.
We'll be happier than any other family who didn't do that. There's no question about that. And what we did...
Is it right or wrong?
What we do...
Right. Wrong. Right. Wrong, shooting you. Wrong.
Right.
알긴 알아, 이 쌍꺼들아.
You have the reasonable mind too.
그럼 하라고. 하라고.
So now that we
자, 그래서
have a blueprint,
이제는 말이야, 선생님이 막 가봤는 턱 말이야, 소셜 월드 전부 다 트러블 메이커다가 유명해지는데, 이제 교회 가서 이걸 나는 너희들에게 촉욕 방도 그걸 해라.